Hello, 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 collective. Happy Gemini season. Timeless. Pick a card reading whenever this finds you. Yet we are recording early Gemini season 2026. So if this finds you either during Gemini season, during a Gemini season, during a Gemini lunation, very interesting that I just intuitively just picked up my wand, like my manifestation abundance wand. Um, Signs and synchronicities, especially that this reading is for you when it finds you, is aside from all that Gemini energy I was mentioning, is if you have done some very intentional cleansing rituals, purification rituals, activations, if you have done protection work, if you have done warding of any sorts, any type of warding rituals, practices, things of that nature. Um, in addition to tidying up and cleansing, but really tapping into spiritual cleansing, purification, warding, in addition to whatever type of ritual you may have done around a certain activation, a certain intention as well, after cleansing, purifying, and protecting yourself in space. So extra, extra resonant for you. So what we're going to have today is a pick a card reading. The first option is going to be, it's going to be based off of the oracle, the leading oracles I'm going to use. So option number one is going to be the Marvel Superheroes Oracle. Marvel Superheroes, Magic of Marvel, technically. Magic of Marvel. The second one is going to be the Ancestors and Angels deck. The Ancestors and Angels deck as the second option. Just repeating for effect. And then for the third option, we have the Ascended Masters. Ascended Masters deck for the third option, okay? So feel free to take what resonates. As always, leave what doesn't. Information's down below if you want to book a personal and connect with me, or follow me and join me on TikTok Lives. I would love to have you join the community there. We're very interactive, engaging, and I do pick a cards actually live on the air. That aside, breathe, and I'm going to put the timestamps below. Select the deck that resonates most with you, okay? And if you do feel called to listen to more than one, or you feel guided to come back and listen to another one at another point in time, I want you to honor what resonates. And if you feel the opposite, don't force the fit. Allow it to work out at the right and aligned time. All right, kitties? So option 1, 2, 3, 4, we're going to put on the clock for deck number 1, 2, 3, 4 with the Marvel Superhero Oracles. So welcome, pile number 1. How are you doing? How are you feeling in this now? I'm going to put you over here. Okay. We're going to get right into it. With this deck, with this option, I very much was called to, you do not need to be an Aries placement. I am feeling an Aries energy though, because I instantly thought of identity, ego, and the self. That's not putting anything negative. If you already went somewhere negative, I want you to breathe and I want you to clock yourself and see what kind of automatic program is coming up where certain words are triggering you going automatically in a negative place or space. We want to disrupt that. I want you to continue moving forward in your chosen identity, not only coming at it from a place of commitment and duty and sacrifice. Like, I'm feeling with this collective, with this Aries energy that I'm tuning into in the superhero vibration at the start. Here's what I'm getting. You're giving me a lot of Batman vibes. And I want to celebrate you on that because Batman is awesome, right? I mean, we all have our flaws, which I'm going to get into. Yet Batman is brilliant, rises to the occasion, figures things out. You know what I'm saying? Is very, very clever, plays the long game in addition to can slay a short game as well. You know what I'm saying? Just very, very crafty, very crafty. What I'm getting though is sometimes Batman can be so tunnel vision, why did I say tunnel vision? So interesting. Tunnel vision. So tunnel vision that he can really sacrifice his personal life and having a lot of genuine fun and joy. He could be a bit of a workaholic. So what I'm getting, we're going to see what the superhero oracle has to say individually, yet right off the rip with this collective, I would like to invite you to, yes, continue taking pride and celebrating the ways in which your masculine part of creation and co-creation has been slaying You've been showing up. You've been putting in the work. You've been getting things done. You've been progressing in various aspects of your life. Like, I'm not just limiting this to your workspace or studies or something like that. However, this is a general collective reading. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Apply it when and where it fits. What I'm feeling though is I would like to invite you to take some more time to slow down and breathe and connect with and indulge your feminine energy. Connect with devotion. You're so good with the discipline, but remember the devotion. Remember your why. Remember to allow yourself to feel good and not just surface level, mental, quick dopamine fix. No, I'm talking about deep goodness, nourishment, pleasure, bliss that comes from true and aligned presence and connection. I want you to more deeply enjoy the fullness of who you are, who you've become, and who are you becoming, let alone enjoying the fullness of the fruits of your labors, enjoying the fullness in presence of your progress, enjoying the fullness of the blessings in this now, okay? So I want you to come back into that. There are moments where you need to take the mask and the suit off. And I'm getting a lot of Catwoman energy because it was like, I mean, obviously I'm thinking about Batman, but I'm really thinking of Selena Kyle, meow. Yes, like I need you to be like Selena Kyle because she does it. You know what song I'm hearing? I don't remember the name of it, pardon me. This is gonna be off pitch, whatever, but what is that, homegirl? I'm going in for the kill. I'm doing it for the thrill. That one, meow, 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 meow. That one, like, comment down below what's the name of that song. But it's kind of giving me like Selena Kyle, Catwoman, that energy where she does it because she's very Ariana, like I want it, I got it, you know? Very I want it, I got it energy. However, you have principles and boundaries. I'm not saying you're like a thief or anything like that. We don't advocate that here in this community. Okay, let's see. What do we have, Spirit? Let's get them a card on the table. She-Hulk. Ooh, wow. And I just talked about the boundaries and integrity. Kitty cat. Am I clocking you in just the right moment? Because we have She-Hulk do the right thing, even if no one is watching. And her finger is just lifting up the veil, kitties. She is like, even though it's a totally different franchise, why is she giving me Thundercats? She's giving me Sword of Omens, give me sight beyond sight. Now, we blind, we deafen, we mute, we rebuke, and we reject any and all monitoring spirits, energies, entities, and attachments here on this platform and in this community across all time, space, and dimensions, be in alignment with the sovereign will of all of those who choose to receive this prayer and blessing and invocation. With that being shared, I want you to continue to keep what you're doing, your reputation, your image, in alignment with your integrity, with your values, keeping it A1. I also want to continue to invite you to, I'm getting a scorpionic energy and invitation, to practice discretion. Like, you deserve privacy. Yes, you deserve privacy. However, I want you to understand that privacy and discretion does not mean like let's keep the principles and values that we put in front the same behind the scenes, right? Like, we all live differently and express ourselves differently, I believe, in the comfort of our own home than we do on a stage, than maybe we do on a digital platform. Whoop-de-whoop-de-woo. Like, I believe different stages and platforms bring out different aspects of who we are, and as multidimensional beings, we have authentic range. So I want to continue to honor and celebrate your authentic range, diversity, and dynamicism. Homegirl over here, though, is letting me know, like, a big part of what makes you so strong and powerful, this really is for my chosen ones with this one. This is why you also chose the superhero deck, likely, is like, even though there are quote-unquote villains and anti-heroes in all of these, and I'm going to use the DC Tarot for your clarification up and over here. Actually, I'm going to get into the Energy Oracle first to clarify this a little bit deeper and see what the situation, give me a little bit more tea, holiest spirit, and guides. Basically, it's like what you've chosen, the principles and precepts, like you've chosen you can put this in your own terms, but you've chosen more or less likely to be in alignment with higher vibrational virtues and values. So things such as joy, creativity, love, unconditional love, compassion, forgiveness, transmutation, like harm to none slash not doing no harm, not starting any smoke. You're like, it's reminding me of that phrase, I love it every now and again, where like, I'm just worried about Heidi, like Heidi in Closet, which I forget if that was on her original season or on her All Stars run, when she was like, I'm just worried about Heidi. Essentially, though, that's what you're about. Like, you're really not, I don't really get the sense like you're not mixy. It's like you're here to do the missions and make the world a better place, like superhero assignment. It's like you go where source calls you, God, goddess, source, whatever your holiest self, whatever divinity and language and references you resonate with, like apply that, okay, my love? Either way, it's like you show up on assignment, you go where you're anointed and pointed, you do what you gotta do, and it's like spirit, you're so strong and you're so blessed up because of that, and spirit is saying it's like, keep it that way, because you are breaking through, you are breaking through, you are ripping through into like almost the next timeline, the next reality, the next dimension. You've really already gotten through it. However, it's like you got to keep your integrity and stuff up, because now that you've just broken through into this new timeline and reality, there's going to be challenges old and new, and maybe old in new forms, that as you start to energetically become relevant and known in this grid, in this location, they're going to start to clock you. And in the beginning, they're going to send more things out, possibly to probe and test you. Okay. And this is not to scare or alarm nobody. I'm really getting this vibe of like, it's like, imagine, if Homegirl She-Hulk started, I really don't know her tea or her background. I think her first name is Jenny, so comment down below. I really don't know. But let's say she started off in New York City, and she was like New York City heroine, doing her gig over there. And then let's say she got deployed on assignment, because you know how sometimes they be starting other teams in other places and spaces. She got relocated to California. And so now she's West Coast, Avenger or whatever. And as a West Coast Avenger, at first, first few missions, people are like, or first few times she's out on the scene doing missions, doing gigs, nobody recognizes her. Nobody knows who she is. So it's like, oh, who's this chick? What's tea? What's up? So some people are going to come in to try to get to know you. Okay, thank you, Spirit. And I'm getting multiple things. So before I did say the probe and the test, now I'm getting get to know. So especially if you are like really breaking through into new platforms, regions, spaces, this could be digitally as well as like in the physical 3D or whatever, and whatever overlaps. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Basically, so there may be things that come up to test and try you, and some lessons, like I said, old in new forms. So you're going to still need to apply all of your street smarts that you had from your New York missions, your New York assignments, your New York expertise. You keep all of that base knowledge, and you continue to apply it, especially as your intuition and instincts pop off and pop up. Yet, now you also have to acknowledge Gemini season, learning new knowledge. We're in a new terrain, so we have to learn the new maps, the new directions. Like, we've got to like start to let this, it's only upon repetition for effect that this is going to become like the back of our hand. Yet in the beginning, we may be a little bit, I don't want you to be hyper vigilant. I don't want you worrying about your nervous system. Okay, nothing like that. Keep it calm, cool, collected. Allow yourself to learn over time. And remember, I said homegirl, West Coast Avengers. So I'm getting teamwork. I'm getting allies. I'm getting like people, community. So it's like, make sure that you connect with the right ones. Tap into your community, tap into your network, your extended network. You don't have to go about it alone. And it's like, because even if you came up in New York, doing a lot on your own, starting off as a superhero very individually before you even like, messed with and collaborated with other people. And then maybe there were some people where you did collabs and stuff, and then you realize like, wait a minute, your alignment, your ethics, I respect you and your creed, you do yours your way, but like, I don't get down like that. So I'm gonna take my space and disassociate, and I wish you the best, So remember, you have that same right and privilege here on the West Coast. Obviously, I'm just saying this to continue the reference and metaphor so that we can continue understanding it. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, apply it. Okay, my love? And wow, really deep channel. Thank you, Holy Spirit. It's like, yeah, so now it's like you've already done the work to really come into your own identity. Now it's like you've gone through another identity evolution and you've done it, and this is gonna also tie into some form of relocation and or expanded platform, new medium, new stage. And you're gonna pop up on new radars, new grids. Bloop. You know what I'm saying? So stay ready so you ain't gotta get ready. And keep your integrity. Keep your integrity because people are going to try and tempt you and try it. And don't just sign up with any team, any association. Like, really allow for a real, like, courtship, a real getting to know, real introductory periods. Don't be rushing to sign on dotted lines and be stuck in, like, heavy contracts right away. Like, get some trial periods, trial offers for anything that is catching your interest, and really pray over everything, meditate, reflect, whatever you do. I was just talking about contracts. What was I saying? Look what came out. Look what came out. Look what came out. You saw me shuffle. You saw me shuffle. You saw me shuffle. I am not a fraud. This is like, wow. Okay, we are cooking with gas. We have contracts and then we have action. Here we go. Why I hear that song in my head? I don't. Yo, comment down below because I really don't know the artist or the actual lyrics, but it's like a reggae song that I remember from like the reggae I would hear on like Hot 97 way back when. Very New York heavy right now. But it'd be like, action. So we gonna go. Action. So we gonna go. Ooh, with me are so fine. I don't know, but reggae, New York, Hot 97. Okay, so we have some action. I need you, just like I was saying here, your masculine was like going for it, going for it, going for it. This is your feminine over here, and she's like, let's sync up. It's like you rein your action back a little bit more in alignment with the feminine. You're galloping quite fast, and she's at a great trot. She's at a great speed. And I want you to really allow yourself 17:17 on the clock. This is why she's like holding back, because she's clocking things. She's going to help make sure that you stay in alignment and that you don't rush into action where you very innocently and naively end up associating with certain people, signing up for certain people, like signing a certain contract, getting into a certain deal, a certain agreement, whoop-de-whoop-de-woo, where it's like with the best of your intentions, you're like, oh my God, I love this. This is great. And you're like going hard, you're going ham. And it's like, slow it down because your intuition and your feminine instincts, feminine like vibes are being like, wait a minute, let's balance this out. We need to put this on the scales of karma. We need to bring this to Anubis and Ma'at. We need to show this to our guides. We need to give this to source. We need to see, is this lighter than a feather? Is this in alignment with integrity? Is this coming from a loving and unconditional, healthy heart? At least one that tries its best, right? We're not sitting here requiring perfection. We are, though, about real commitment. You didn't come this far only to come this far. You didn't put in all this work to align yourself to then like backtrack and risk it all due to, over eagerness and excitement. So I want you to really take these moments to do the calibration like I was channeling in the very beginning. This card confirms reconciling, bringing into harmony your masculine and feminine energy. And then also making sure that as you review these contracts, really clock and check everything, pray over it. Make sure you're also, pardon me, I know I'm saying make sure. These are all invitations, by the way. These are not meant to be commands. Sometimes when I'm channeling, it's quite fast. So I want to honor your sovereignty. Okay, my love? We are going to get some tarot to bring this down to earth and clock it and make it clarified, and then we'll seal this in. Allow yourself to negotiate. Please negotiate for your worth. And if something is really giving you the ick sensation, please, I feel guided to encourage this pile. There's something about you've done the work to get to this layer and level as a hero, as a heroine. Like, you have done so much work to develop your skills, level up, that there's just certain like rankings, jobs, positions that at this point really wouldn't contribute to you, like in a video game. It wouldn't contribute to developing more experience. It's so negligible that it's not really worth your time. It's not worth your energy. It's not worth your focus. Onward and upwards, my love. So I want you to really continue moving forward and honoring your worth and your value. And even if you're in a new area, yeah, you may not need to be just rushing blindly after the biggest energies and entities on the block, so to speak. Um, yet you don't need to be you don't need to like downgrade all the way to focusing on rescuing cats out of trees. Now, if you happen to pass, a cat in a tree that you can help, while you're doing your gig, of course. However, I'm saying like maybe let's not focus on that like lower level task at this point, given your experience and know-how and your talent and your skills. Thank you, Spirit. Oh, the cards are flying out. I'm going to put that one there with the Seven of Wands, standing your ground. Eight of Swords. Yeah, cut through the mental noise and entrapment. You have the power. You're piercing through. Yes. Oh my God. And he literally spun around. It almost seemed like it was like maybe going to be reversed, then spun around right and went on top of the action. The Knight of Wands. That masculine presence. Look at that whirlwind energy. Shazam. This Knight of Wands energy, get into that electricity, that power. See, your masculine energy is super strong, boo. You've got what it takes to make things happen. The power of the gods, like truly. See, the masculine, the electricity, your electricity is on. Now what you've got to do is slow down and resync up with the magnet, which is your feminism, and have that electromagnet, that electromagnetic like pulse and attraction and field and collaboration with a real power and alchemy that you can channel and generate, like life, progress, things of that nature really comes through. Bottom of the deck is the Chariot with the flash, moving forward with the quickness. So bolts of lightning and thunder, more lightning than thunder, but like thunder with the Shazam, actually. So lightning and thunder images, especially thunder and thunder bolts. Excuse me, lightning bolts. Thank you, Spirit. Whew. Even the way I was just channeling, going so fast, like the electricity is real. I want you to remember to take your breaths. You are somebody who is capable of moving at a fast pace and actually doing very well in maintaining it. That's why you're moving forward and galloping forward, and it feels almost like nothing, So it's not that you are inherently being stopped from having what is a fast momentum or velocity per se, yet we need to take moments to sync up and stay synced up with our intuition and with our instincts. And if they are slowing down, there's a reason why they're slowing down. It's not that they're by any means slowing down the progress overall or trying to kill the vibe. It's the opposite. They're trying to slow down so that there can be, hey, a course correction, things put up on your radar so you don't trip over something that you don't need to or collide with something that you don't need to. Planes taking off. I feel like with the Seven of Wands and then the Eight of Swords followed by the Knight of Wands, it's like that willpower, that magic is like, that's you choosing your soul power to rise above, honestly, any mental noise, mental entrapment, any mental conflict internally, like flip-flopping. I'm getting like with these twin swords, even though I'm just going to say I'm getting Gemini and Gemini season energy, and this is recorded during Gemini season. So when you're feeling flip-floppy in your mind, going back and forth, double-minded about things, ooh, and look at that like sharpening sound, and it just felt like a knife as soon as I tapped into this energy. Clock it. So what was I going to say? Here we go, Spirit. Pardon me, because I know this was like affirmation and praise. Different from clock it, but also I'm praising at the same time while inviting you to clock. Your soul energy, soul power is what helps you overcome this mental conflict, flip-flopping energy. So when in doubt, breathe, tap back into your soul power, what lights you up, your spark, your electricity, your Shazam, and leverage that. Tap back into that creative life force. That's what's going to help you stay not only mentally sharp, but mentally free, because I want you to still feel free. I want you to continue feeling airy and light, in addition to inspired and electrified and magnetic. Okay, collective? All right, so pile number one, let me know how that resonates with you. That was your reading. Comment down below with what your favorite part was, or at the very least, put some lightning bolts down below and let me know that you saw this message and that it resonates with you. Some lightning bolt comments would be lovely. Once again, I'm Dil Divine, your friendly neighborhood queer muse, oracle, and soul guide. I appreciate you. And as always, my links are in the description box. If you want to connect with me for a private reading, I am available. And come find me on TikTok, follow me, and come through for a live sometime. I'd love to have you in the community, okay, my love? All right, I'll see y'all soon. Bye, pile one. All right, collective. I am clearing away pile one as we get into pile number two. Pile two, I'm going to do 2544 for the timestamp for pile two. I love that 4-4 action. How are you doing, pile two? I am just clearing these cards out and away. Ooh. Okay, well, pile one wants to really have that main card stay on the floor, so I'm going to leave her there as a guardian. So while I do these cleansing shuffles and that one's there, if you felt possibly really torn between both piles, maybe that's a sign and affirmation that pile one had something strong for you. Or at the very least, I want you to know that there is definitely a guardian angel. There is a superhero protecting you. I'm feeling that pile one has more of a senior energy and vibration coming through right now as compared to you, pile two. And that is not a read. That is not a knock on your ability, on your talent, or anything like that. Quite the opposite. What I'm getting is I want you to acknowledge if you are more so in a very learning-oriented moment in space where mentorship in some aspect or in some category or categories of your life would be very beneficial. Essentially, where you are not putting yourself under the pressure and expectation of like the highest leadership. I'm not saying you can't have any leadership. I'm not saying you don't have leadership. I'm not saying you won't practice leadership in whatever your role or station currently is. What I am getting is that it's kind of like how in the original Justice League, there were like 7 or 8 of them that formed the original Justice League, like in the cartoon, right, in that universe. And then when it was Justice League Unlimited, they more or less had the leadership council, and then there were a whole bunch of other people in the Justice League, quote unquote, but they weren't all on the high council. Very similar to how like the UN has like the Security Council or whatever, stuff like that. Hydrate, let's get some water. There's something like where I'm getting you're a junior council member, a junior hero. It's like whereas the pile one were like the superheroes, the main superheroes of the Justice League. With pile number two, I'm getting Teen Titans energy, Teen Titans references. I will still use the Ancestors and Angels deck. However, I'm also going to use the DC Tarot for y'all. Now, once again, this is not a knock on your experience. This is not to say that you are not incredibly powerful and wise and capable and talented. No, what I'm getting is there's something about being in a season, in a moment, and itchy ears, being in a season and moment in time in which you are not, like you have things to learn. You have things to learn about the craft, the energy, the technology, the magic. It's reminding me of what was it, DC Universe Online, and how at least I remember I tried it like multiple times back in the day. When you go to create a character, you also pick a mentor at some point, and you choose between basically Batman, Wonder Woman, or Superman. And it's like Batman is like technology, Wonder Woman is magic, Superman is like, I don't know, alien or something like that. And basically you pick them as your mentor, or he's some kind of energy or something. Cosmic, I don't know. Either way, you pick them as your mentor, and it kind of also connects with your power set and like path and guidance and the type of hero that you are. And there's something about allowing yourself to pursue mentorship at this time, investing in mentorship, developing your craft. Like I said, allowing yourself to learn. There's no shame in this. Like, I feel like with this collective, I feel guided to say appreciate where you're at in the moment and like enjoy the fact that you don't have to have the heaviest like of responsibilities and mantles. You've already got a lot right now to be concerned with. Enjoy where you're at, appreciate where you're at, and appreciate the fact that you have people who want to be mentoring you, who want to be teaching you, who want to be guiding you. In addition to, remember, they benefit from you in the process too. They learn from and with you, at least in healthy mentorships and mentorships and like connections like that. They learn from your feedback, your participation, your ideas, your innovation, your approaches, your questions. So really also like embrace the mutuality and reciprocity of these exchanges. And if they're not giving that, then it shows you that's not the one for you. Okay? But yeah, because with this one, this pile, I keep thinking of Nightwing. Like, I cannot stop thinking of Nightwing and Teen Titans, especially Nightwing though. All right, we're going to get the ancestors and angels. Here we go. Broken Arrow, embrace the energy of peace. Drum, dream and journey. Direction Guardian, choose your path. And Mirror Guardian, take time to reflect. Bottom of the deck. This one, the bottom of the deck, they wanted to be present. Taking time to reflect upon who you are and seeing the vastness of potential that you have. And it's not just potential, it's reality. Like, this power is already yours. Yes, I want you to think about all the infinite possibilities and potentiality because that is your truth. Yet, I want you to know, like, this potential power is not far away from you. It is ready to be kinetic. It's ready to be utilized. Okay, Gambit reference. Now, back to Nightwing. With the broken arrow, embrace the energy of peace. Drum, dream and journey. And then direction, guardian, choose your path. I'm getting when Nightwing used to be Robin, and then at some point chose to become Nightwing and chose to go to essentially his own city and become his own person, his own hero, and basically do things solo, separate from Bruce, separate from Batman. Needed to take that time and space to come into his own identity and not just be quote unquote the forever sidekick, forever in someone else's shadow, who was already a big shadow person. What I'm feeling with this collective is I want you to feel, okay, the mentorship energy. It's a combination where I want you to still allow yourself to receive mentorship, femtorship, tourship as it's guided, as well as celebrating. Some of y'all are moving on from a chapter, season, or cycle. Ooh, and then the slice came on with that confirmation. So y'all, some of y'all, this is what I'm getting is like, I need you to move in the direction of where your dreams, where your calling is calling you. They keep reminding me of how Nightwing went to, I think, a city called Bloodhaven or something like that. And that's where he went and became like a detective or lieutenant or something, some kind of cop. And then Nightwing at night. And Nightwing at night. I mean, Nightwing could get it, but that's a whole nother story. And with the drum, this is basically about you going where you're called. Like, I'm getting relocation vibes. I'm getting like new city. I'm going on like a place where you can go and really, for some of y'all, this may involve like legit a new identity, new outfit, new aesthetic, new approach, things of that nature. For some of you, you may have already been doing that in your current location, like taking physical steps to embody the new, like basically getting the outfit, the uniform, the costume ready, whatever. Like staying ready so you ain't gotta get ready, so that upon arrival, you can more or less like debut and show up and show out. Either way, I'm feeling moving on to a new path, moving on and stepping into your own identity more fully. Even if you are still dealing with like mentorship and femtorship, like there are times where Nightwing and Batman would still partner up and team up. And they would both have to learn from each other. Like Bruce had to learn how to humble himself and deal with not just like automatically calling all the shots. And, you know, obviously Nightwing had to deal with, you know, advocating and speaking up and out for himself and kind of resetting the dynamic of being treated more as an equal, still being able to honor and have reverence for the senior team member, but not just going into a default kind of gig. Okay, we have a card flying out with the devil, John Constantine. Thank you, Spirit. Page of Pentacles. I don't know which hero this is, to be honest. And King of Pentacles with Lex Luthor. And bottom of the deck, we have the Nine of Swords. There's like a brighter day beyond. It's like the limits of your mind. It's like literally beyond the limits and the protection protocols and barriers of your mind. There is a bright and sunny day and beautiful summer, I was going to say. Now, adjust this for whatever hemisphere you're in, because I know there's people from all over the world. I'm in the northern hemisphere. But there's a brighter day, a brighter season ahead. So northern hemisphere, we're going into a bright summer. I mean, those down south, I'm at least getting like a bright sky for the winter, at least for this moment that you're coming out of. Either way, it's about the energy. Wow, even the way I'm just guided to exhale and take a breath. Basically, what I'm getting is like, I need you to not be settling for breadcrumbs and little flames. Like little flames and little flings. Like, you know that this is not a big enough hearth to actually keep you fully warm, fully safe, fully nourished, fully satisfied. This is like a pittance. This is a little bit. And sure, it's better than nothing, but we need to not be settling for less and keeping ourselves bound and in contracts, connections, and vibrations with stuff where we're always in a small shadow, someone's small shadow, settling for someone else's light, settling for the whatever of someone else's flame they give us. It's like living in our fullness, because the next card, look at how bright and bold and beautiful and luminescent this Page of Pentacles is. And then right after the Page of Pentacles is the King of Pentacles. So what I'm getting is like, as you really like stay committed and devoted to your project, your passion, your calling, your craft, this identity that you've been stepping into, basically, to continue with the metaphor, it's like as you stay committed to your Nightwing experience, your Nightwing calling, you are experiencing a glow up. And quite quickly, it's going to be bringing you notable success and resources and power and access, okay? So you're going to become... And also, like, Lex Luthor has a big profile, for better and for worse. So obviously, do what you got to do to be careful with your identity, your safety, your security. This is not like scaring anyone by anything like that. What I'm getting though is like, you're going to become quite notable and successful in the places that are relevant to your intentions, your craft, and your focus. So I want you to basically stay ready so you ain't got to get ready. Continue believing in it, believing in yourself. Like I'm feeling like it's only because it's the superhero cards and energy. It's like keep showing up and fighting the good fight. Yet I also want to allow this to be an easier and smoother period in your life, and for you to also not have to frame everything as a conflict, as a fight, and really being able to also... A big part of your wisdom and how you got this far is knowing how to pick and choose your battles, in addition to picking and choosing your associations and moving forward. It's also being able to celebrate the good times. One of the best things about, what do you call it, Nightwing, Dick Grayson, is his soul and his heart. And the fact that he really does what he can to protect the innocence of his soul and others as well, and that he still holds space for love and for joy. And whenever he is in a position of leadership and being more senior, especially to heroes younger than him, teammates much younger than him, he does what he can to like encourage them to take breaks, to celebrate, to have fun, to experience joy, because he understands there's always more tough work to be done, and there's going to be some really, really, really tough moments out there on the road and journey for the hero, and we got to stay ready so we ain't got to get ready. Like, we got to make it count while we can, because tomorrow's never promised. And that's not to scare anybody by any means. It's about embracing that level of gratitude and understanding that the point isn't just to keep doing the work and fighting the fight and never enjoying the peace, never enjoying the bliss. It's the opposite. So yeah. Okay. I realized with y'all, I didn't even need the energy oracle. I just did the tarot. However, I want to be generous and get a little bit of energy oracle to seal in your reading. So please give a confirmation. Yep, walking away. Look at that. Walking away, moving on and moving forward, my loves. You are off to greener and newer pastures, going on your own soul quest, your own journey, leaving things behind with grace and gratitude. There's no, attitude or rudeness here. Yeah, you are following your soul calling and you're going on your journey. You have liberated yourself. You have transformed. You're not staying in the comfort zone. You're going beyond the current borders and boundaries to new lands, to new frontiers I keep coming to. Like that direction guardian with choosing your path. And 2 and 7 coming to a 9. And we have the 9 of swords as well. So 9s are significant. That 9 energy of completion, karmic completion, closing cycles, closing energy. Honestly, like your reading is very, very easy breezy, beautiful, collective. Pile number 2. I love your reading and your energy, and I'm very happy for you. Congratulations, Nightwing. Congratulations on stepping further into yourself and your identity while embracing whatever mentorship, femtorship, tourship, past, present, let alone future, has flowed to and through your reality. Because I'm not negating what I originally channeled either about some of y'all investing in whatever mentorship you need. However, the thing is, like I said, you're investing from this kind of place, this kind of sovereignty, this boss level energy. So even while you're acknowledging, okay, somebody may have more expertise that you're having them clue you in on, you're doing so from a place of empowerment, not from subordination. All right? All right, thank you so much. All right, I'm giving you so much love, pile number 2. Comment down below and let me know which resonated with you. As always, this is a general collective reading, taking what resonates, leave what doesn't. Once again, I'm Dil Divine, your friendly neighborhood queer muse, oracle, and soul guide. And use the links down below if you want to get a personal reading. I am available to be booked. And please come and join me on TikTok live. Make sure you follow me on TikTok. I am Dil Divine over there as well. I do live readings. I do live pick a card piles for the collective. We have a very fun, engaging, and loving social community over there, and I would love for you to be a part of it. All right, collective. So I will see you soon, and I'm wishing y'all a blessed day. And continue enjoying this Gemini season or energy whenever this timeless pick a card reading finds you. All right, I'm sending you love, hugs, and gratitude. And let's see here, collective. 4233 for pile 3. Let's do 4233 for pile 3. How are we doing, pile number 3? Y'all are going to get the Ascended Masters Oracle. I'm just doing some cleansing shuffles really quick from pile number 2. Very interesting because the first 2 piles had a lot of strong superhero energies and downloads. Each one has their own distinct message, yet there are some connecting threads and through lines, which I find super fascinating and interesting. Yeah, I'm excited to see what your pile and energy is going to give, pile number 3. So we're going to do the Ascended Masters because I feel guided with this pile. Taking a deep breath. There's this energy of wanting to get directly to the point, not in a rude way, not in a disrespectful way. Yeah, I feel like with this pile number 3, you're wanting to be very practical and pragmatic. You're wanting the update. You're wanting the calibrated coordinates. You're wanting to get straight to the root of the problem. Like essentially, you really don't want to deal with any fluff. You're like a master of the matrix pretty much already at this point. And so you're checking in with the oracle to get your oracle message or oracle meeting so that you have some guidance on the next best steps to take, which is ultimately what everybody does when they come towards the oracle. Yeah, it's just like this very matrix heavy energy. So if the matrix has been popping up for you, matrix sunglasses, matrix energy, matrix references, simulation references, please and thank you. Maybe video games have been popping up a lot more for this collective. Please and thank you. Holiest Spirit, Holiest Ascended Masters. Message for pile 3. Okay, Tahuti and Mother Mary. We have Right with Toth and Nurture Yourself, Mother Mary, followed by Merlin with Energy Healing. Okay, so this is the collective that's really resonating with what I was doing earlier today, what I was doing the last couple days, what I was guided to do with this collective, especially with energy healing with Merlin. On top of El Moria, clear and shield your energy. Okay. So with this collective, this is your affirmation and confirmation. If you've already done this, if you've already done the rituals and practices and everything I'm about to talk about and riff about and channel, this is your confirmation that it has worked / it is working, it is unfolding. Great job. Congratulations. Successful message. Stay on your practices and hygiene though. Obviously, we don't do the same ritual every day. You know, there's a difference between maybe your daily habits versus things you may do weekly, monthly, with the moon cycles, however you feel guided to practice your craft. Either way, continue with your energetic hygiene and discipline, and whatever you've done has been successful / I want you to accept that it is working / it has worked. Excuse me. So allow yourself to expect the benefits to continue to unfold all the confirmation burps. Now, if you haven't done that yet, this is the affirmation and confirmation to engage in, even the way I'm being guided to really keep breathing and the alignment, this energy, is I need you to do your energy calibration, your purification, your cleansings, your cleaning, your clearings, shieldings, protection, all the above, whatever calls to you in this now, whatever resonates. So for example, I felt guided, in addition to how I have been doing more physical mobile routines to basically help, my physical body overcome pain, let alone unlock fitness, but really like overcoming chronic, misalignment and stuff like that. I was also guided recently, like remember in the last several weeks, I was talking about like cleansing, parasite cleansing, detoxing, stuff like that. I then today was guided to do a very intentional, like listening to prayers, psalms, Reiki clearings, energetic clearings, basically making a spiritual shower, spiritual bath, using like spiritual herbs and things of that nature. And then as well as working on wards, like protective wards and practices of that and rituals and speaking these things out loud. So Spirit has me narrating and sharing all of this with y'all because this is your invitation. If any of that resonates, if any of that really calls out to you, this is your affirmation and confirmation. Do it. And I am somebody who really believes do what you can, when you can, how you can. So while I just mentioned some things with like resources and materials, however, if all you have is yourself, then remember the power of the spoken word. If you can write things down, amazing. If you can get a tea light candle, amazing. However, the power of your focus and thought and energy alone, let alone just speaking and or typing something, is also more than enough energetically, okay? Everything else is an amplifier, a concentrator, a focus, a foci, things of that nature. Because I really want to keep this accessible while giving these different ideas and resources. Please engage in these practices to really cleanse and purify, as well as shield and protect and charge up and activate your energy. The power of the warding is going to be very, and I felt guided to pick up the wand. The power of the warding is going to be very, very powerful. Sorry, that was redundant. The power of the wording is going to be, yes, powerful and mighty, in addition to quite gainful and beneficial if you write it quite sincerely, state it multiple times out loud, give it to the universe, charge it, release it, activate it in whatever methods you do, place it and release it however you do. With this writing energy with Toth, I am feeling the writing things down, whether it's the journaling, writing the petition, writing the thing on paper, writing on a bay leaf, candle, however you do your version of intending, manifesting, releasing, calling things in, magnetizing, attraction. There's so many verbs around this. Tahuti, Toth is inviting you to really use the power of the written and the spoken word, the power of the verb to cleanse and clear and purify, align, calibrate, shield, and protect yourself, in addition to bring in, calling in what you want and what you deserve. And allowing yourself to have the appropriate boundary, shields, and protection so that you can nurture yourself with greater ease and continue to relax your nervous system and feel truly safe and secure, so that the deeper healing can unfold unimpeded, in addition to you're going to actually be able to enjoy living your best life. So there's something about doing these rituals first, getting into these practices, especially warding, and then from there getting into your self-care, self-nourishment, being able to relax and rejuvenate yourself. Okay, my love? So let's get some energy oracle, and then we'll get some tarot to seal this in. And even the way the energy feels with this one, like I feel like I'm in a different energetic place and space. Like we're definitely cleansing and clearing. So make sure you're continuing to drink a lot of water, because that also helps with cleansing and purification. And the hydration will help your body really let go of what doesn't serve. Coming out with the quickness, door to spirit, coming on the right card, see? Door to spirit. Your writing, your invocation, your words and your words are going to be quite effective, quite magnetic with the quickness. Invite spirit to help you. Invite your guides, your ancestors, your holiest self, your holiest spirit team and tribe to come in and support you. Allow them to align with you. They've got your back. And it's like, if you write and you give them the permission to help and guide you, ooh, there it goes flying. They will literally illuminate and show you the way. Holiest Spirit, thank you so much. One more energy oracle. We got two, the thinking woman and anxiety. See, it's that mental energy collective. We have the thinking woman and anxiety. See, there's this energy of saying don't only stay in your mind or head. We are acknowledging you can spend some time there. It's good to spend some time thinking and reflecting and pondering. Yet you also have to take the time to go outside and also take the time to breathe, relax, and listen to spirit. Listen to your intuition, listen to your instincts. Let go of your intellectual mind going in circles and misinterpreting excitement of what is to come, misinterpreting this exciting, flowing, abundant, blissful energy, and allowing it to be received as anxiety when it really is excitement. It is going to be ascension, onward and upwards, uplift. But it's like if you're too serious and too in the books all the time, or too in your practices or rituals, it's like you're not going to enjoy life. That's why I'm getting this Mother Mary of the nurture yourself. It's like, yes, do your homework, do your rituals, do what you got to do, and then go take it easy. Rejuvenate yourself, rest, have some fun, play, take care of yourself. Like, we do all of these rituals, these practices, and our work to not just labor. We also do it so that we can live our best life. We're not supposed to only think about and ideate about our best life. We're supposed to go out and live it. We're supposed to get outside of the bed. We're supposed to also get out of there and change our perspective. And maybe, obviously, be careful if it's a storm, maybe not stand directly near a window for safety purposes, but allow ourselves to change the perspective and gaze upon the storm and see all of that creative life force energy surging. Hear the thunder roaring with possibility and potential and vibration. A lot of perspective shift with this collective as well. So let's get some tarot to bring this down to earth, please, and thank you, Holiest Spirit Team, Tribe, and Guides. Let's land this reading. Ooh, and I just felt a very interesting sensation and pulse in my right leg, my right shin. A lot of stuff going on with the shins lately. Maybe a sign or synchronicity with this pile, with this collective. Please and thank you, please and thank you, please and thank you. Okay, I have the Seven of Wands. Okay, Seven of Wands again. The Four of Wands and the Ten of Wands. Wands, wands, wands. Bottom of the deck is Justice with Wonder Woman. Yes. With that lasso of truth flinging and that sword. I don't know if her sword has a title, to be honest, but I'm going to say Sword of Justice because Justice card. Card 11. Oh my gosh, and that's the lasso. Look, oh my gosh, it's giving the lasso around that. Get into it. Oh my gosh, collective, because I was gonna say, it's like if you Seven of Wands, stand in your power, rise above the BS, claim your victory, claim a strong foundation, hashtag. Like you could really round up your burdens. Like I feel like you're rounding up all of your loose and dead ends, all of your burdens, all of the stuff that doesn't serve you. I feel like the universe is also helping you do this, like karmic justice, karmic balance, like karmic karmic cleanup, lassoing up these burdens and dead ends and things that no longer serve. It's like you, and through your embodiment of justice, through your allowing and embrace of this energy, this universal theme, this universal archetype, this universal support, this universal energy, you are wrangling up all of this like stuff that doesn't serve you, burdens, barriers, delays, what have you, and you're about to fling it, basically flinging it and giving it back to source, so that you're moving forward with the wand of power that you chose, that rises above all, that's in alignment and attuned to your soul mission, your soul purpose, your soul expression and dream. And with the Four of Wands, I'm getting a very strong electromagnetic, very balanced, what do you call it? It's like polarity and foundation. And I just felt the energy is just almost like reset and click. So I'm very excited for you, collective, pile number 3, because with yours, if I'm putting it all together, you are essentially, especially with, once again, the energetic cleansing and purification and the writing and the wards, the rituals, the written wards and written rituals, pardon me, and written words, you can really like just fling out so much lower vibrational energy and entities and things that do not serve you. And there's something where it's like, I feel as though she's wrangling them up, tying them all up. And there's something about, after lassoing it all up, swinging it all around, and then at some point throwing it in a certain direction to go like basically towards source so that it can be transmuted to the highest and greatest good. However, since it's an infinite rope, and in my mind, they're both magical items, it's like with the sword at some point, cutting it while it's flying away. So it's flying away in truth, all sealed up and wrapped up in truth, going back to source for transmutation and conversion and usage in the highest and greatest good of all. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for y'all. I'm so grateful for this pile, like this energy, especially because I feel that it's like the amount of energy that is going to be freed up after you really like fling all this stuff away. I feel as though it's going to be a little bit of like a daze and a haze. It's going to be like, oh my gosh, whoa, like where am I? What exactly is going on? It's going to free up so much energetic capacity, this energy healing working calibration, that in some ways you're almost going to wrestle to believe, oh wow, this is that real. Like this really works. This is actually happening. Okay, thank you, Spirit. All right, so yes, if this is your word, pile number 3, comment down below. Let me know that this is the one that found you and resonates with you. I felt like yours went by really fast and just was like easy breezy, beautiful, to the point as well. As always, I am Dil Divine, your friendly neighborhood queer muse, oracle, and soul guide. Of course, use the links in the description box to, if you want to reach out, if you want to book me, if you want to connect further, as well as I invite you, follow me on TikTok and join me in TikTok Live. We have a lovely and engaging community, and I would love to see y'all there, okay? All right, I'm sending you love, hugs, and gratitude, and we'll talk more soon. Mwah. Thanks, collective.